think most people in the spiritual realm believe that cleansing and purifying could be one and the same. In this episode, I'd like to clear that up in a more deep, fulfilled, meaningful way. So let's go on this journey of distinguishing what's the difference between cleansing and purifying, and how can they benefit your life. Cleansing is all about removing any stagnant energy from your energy field. Here at the Crystal Cove Gem Shop, we have many products that can help you do that. Products that contain sugars, Himalayan salt, black salt, anything to cleanse and remove those impurities. Cleansing also restores your energy. It brings it back to who you are. Parts of ourselves tend to get lost along the way during our daily interactions. So it's always important to cleanse your auric field daily. And sometimes this could be a physical action when you sweat out toxins. That's also a part of cleansing, a physical act of getting rid of residue. And cleansing your outer aura creates a huge energy shift. Purifying dispels energy and pulls in spirit. Just as cleansing is relative to how you feel in your body, purifying is relative to how you feel in spirit. Purifying is washing away impurities, like washing away impurities from your vegetables before dinner, but in a more magical sense. Cleansing is more like putting a pot roast in the oven before dinner. Cleansing can also be looked upon as tidying up your area of your items, like putting away your pens in their organized space, filing away important documents, and gaining a clean, well-kept area. Refreshed, but still your own stuff within your own sacred space. Purifying is like getting one of those cans of compressed air and blasting away those tiny little debris and crumbs out of your keyboard, or scrubbing down your desk with Lysol and throwing out any unwanted knickknacks, clutter, or paperwork. Deep cleaned and ready for anyone to step in and use this area. So to purify your space, you want to use things like smudging spray, incense. Palo Santo is great, cedar is even great. Mugwort is great for depression. There's so many aspects and avenues you can take with spirit, even essential oils. To purify your intent, you want to use candles, resin, incense, dusting powders to bring in spirit. So what is your intention, and how do you want to bring that statement into your life? What do you want to use to bring that energy about? To cleanse, to me, is basically removing items from an area that's causing problems. And then to purify after that process is to cleanse where those items were so that no more energy can spew up. Removing an item and bringing back the positive energy in its place, because when you remove something from a space, you want to replace it with something better. So when I go into a house and I cleanse and purify those areas or that house, I want to replace it with something better. So if I'm removing a demon, I'm pulling in God. So there's not this void for anything to go into. It already has something there in place that's way better than what was there before. This is the process of cleansing and purifying. You start with cleansing and then you purify by finishing up that process. So let's say, for example, this lighter, which I lit my incense with, is a bad item and I don't want it to be in my space. So we want to cleanse and remove that energy. So we're going to rid our area of this item, and then we're going to wipe it clean and sage that area and make it whole again. And we're calling in spirit to help us do this process. When it comes to your space, you want to wipe down the walls, get rid of all that old energy. We're putting essential oils in our water, and we're wiping down items, we're wiping down the floors, and we're pulling in those essential energies, like essential oils, and maybe putting in incense in this area as you're cleaning. You're pulling in spirit as you're throwing these impurities out of your space. And Spirit's there collecting it like a vacuum or a sweeper and saying, okay, you don't want this in your air. You don't want this in your air. And then what we do is we cleanse and put any items that aren't holding a higher frequency, and we put those items away, or we throw those items out, okay? This is the process of cleansing and then purifying. It's a song and dance. They're playing off one another, but there is two huge different frequencies going on here. But they do both help you shift into a better life, a better mindset, a better energy. And that's what I want you guys at home to try to do. Cleansing, especially when it comes to the physical, is always going to get rid of unwanted debris. Cleansing in the spiritual sense is always going to get rid of unwanted auric debris of energy. I have one huge way that works: laying in a tub full of salt. And you can get this salt anywhere from a dollar store to a general store to a Walmart. It's not Epsom salt, it's not Himalayan salt, even though you could use those, but it's pure, coarse salt. And you put it in your tub, you put maybe one whole container into your tub, and you lay in it physically. And when you get out of the tub, maybe 20 minutes later, your water may look slightly gray because it's getting rid of those unwanted auric energy debris, but it's also cleansing and putting into the pores this pure energy of Spirit. Purifying and cleansing. You're purifying and removing debris. You're cleansing those debris out of your auric field, and you're replacing and purifying with Spirit. So it's this, again, song and dance, this water flow of helping you feel better physically and spiritually. Another way to cleanse and purify your area is bringing in intentional crystals. Purifying is a huge example of this because you're pulling in spirit of crystal energy. Your auric field strives for this goal. It asks for this desire to be placed because it knows that crystals are going to make you feel better, and it's going to make your space feel ultimately shift into a positive energy. So crystals like black tourmaline to remove dark energy, negative energy, smoky quartz to remove any kind of dense, depressed state, amethyst for healing if you've been feeling sick or any kind of addiction you're trying to break, selenite to bring in that white, pure energy to feel as if your home is being filled with spiritual high beings of intense knowledge and wisdom, especially if you're trying to communicate with your spirit guides within that space. Rose quartz, if there's a lot of arguing going on in your house, that brings an ultimate love. And if you want to kick it up a notch, you can also do rhodochrosite. Because if you think of crystals as a medicational drug, and let's say rose quartz is a 20 milligram, a rhodochrosite is going to be a 40 to 50. So it's going to be a highly intense stone that brings the same concept as a rose quartz would. Maybe you simply just want to take a vacation from your emotions, from any drama, maybe any physical stress. A Caribbean calcite or a larimar is going to bring that like beachy feeling into your sacred space. It's going to feel like you're on a vacation. I have to mention that as I was talking about feeling like you're on a vacation, I don't know if you guys may have heard a little girl go, mm-hmm. That was extraordinarily awesome that I caught that on camera. On a vacation. So Spirit agrees with me. Now, if you want to revitalize your energy and feel uplifted and non-sleepy or not feeling sluggish, a pure citrine from the Congo is the better way to go. But beware, don't go for those fake amethysts that look really, really yellow. Your citrine should almost look like a very pale yellow, almost like a smoky quartz, but with a hint of yellow to it. Very clear, very light, pale yellow. And if you want to bring your own essential aspect to your sacred space, start diving into essential oils and see how you can come up with your own concoction that you just love to bring in your space, that you know you created it, you made it, and it's filled with love, and it just brings that extra oomph that you need in your space. Or if you're not savvy when it comes to creating things, you can also go to the crystalcovegems.com website and grab our most popular smudging spray. Everybody goes nuts for it. I hear things all the time from people saying they know when they run out of it because you can feel the energy change in the house. So if you just want a quick fix, or you just want that special loving touch to your space, you can grab my sacred smudging spray that I created for you. You can also try things like pulling in plants. And the one that I would specifically recommend is lavender. If you're trying to get rid of bugs in your space that aren't outside but are coming into the house from summertime energy, I would go with the lemongrass, the catnip, the sage, the peppermint. These are plants and herbs that will rid your space from bugs, especially the little natty ones that just ruin your space. This is sage with rosemary. It just smells pure and cleansing. And this is an example of the citrine I was explaining. Just that pale colored yellow, almost looks like smoky quartz. This is the crystal that will revitalize your area. And the reason I put it into this plant is because I want them to feel a sense of positivity in my space. And if they feel that positivity, they're gonna exude positivity. So these are my little protection buddies that protect my dining room, which is also my plant room. So when I walk into this area, it just feels so good in here. I've taken the time to cleanse and purify the space. You can almost feel the difference between each room that you do these things to. As soon as you walk in, you either can release a breath or you're holding your breath. As I'm recording, a little bug went by. I think it's mocking me. Are my plants working? Is my lemongrass working? Well, it's only one, so let's hope he finds another home. But bringing these kind of plants into your sacred space, especially with summer coming into play, it is such a good time to really dig deep into your own journey with healing, your own journey of what you want your space to look like, how do you want it to feel. If you're on this journey of deep, deep healing, you're gonna want aspects like this around you so that it better benefits what you're going through. I know myself, I'm going through some changes, some shifts. I'm digging very deep into my journey, my mission, and I bring these aspects into my space because I need assistance. Sometimes we just can't do this alone and we need the help along the way. There's a reason why you found this video and why you're listening to it. It's teaching you that your spirits are listening. They're trying to show you what to do with a little bit of help. So if you didn't know what cleansing and purifying was before, I do hope that you understand better now. Thank you for watching this video and taking the time to listen to this information and allowing me to guide you on this new grand adventure of understanding cleansing and purifying. Let me know in the comments section below if this video helped you. What do you think you're going to do next with this information? Do you think you're going to take it in the realm of sages and incense, or are you going to take it in the sense of essential oils or crystals, or all of them? Combine them all. Why not? Your future and what you do with it is in your hands, literally. You create your reality, so do some amazing, magical things with it. And I'll see you on the next Divine Discussions episode.